In 2025, Farah Faucet is having a cultural moment again, and it's bigger than just nostalgia. Her bronze sculptures just commanded $500,000 at auction. Her signature hairstyle is everywhere once more, with salons reporting an unprecedented 40% surge in clients requesting the Farrah flip. But the real reason people are paying attention right now goes much deeper than surface-level glamour. Fresh revelations are emerging about who she really was during her final years. The truth about how the entertainment industry treated her behind closed doors is finally being told. And it's far more complicated than anyone expected. She wasn't simply riding on a beautiful face and perfect hair. There were battles, deep ones, that almost nobody knew existed. Let's start at the beginning. Mary Farrah Lenny Fawcett entered the world on February 2, 1947, in Corpus Christi, Texas. She was the younger daughter in a conservative household where money was tight and values were structured. Her mother, Pauline Alice, managed the home. Her father, Kenyon Martin Fawcett, worked as an oil rig contractor, the kind of job that kept him weathered and working long hours. The family didn't have abundance, so they learned early to make do with less. She attended St. Patrick's Roman Catholic Church School, and that strict religious foundation shaped everything about how she moved through the world. It taught her discipline. It taught her boundaries. Her older sister Diane, who later changed her name to Donna, shared a childhood of narrow streets and shared family responsibilities. But even as a young child, Farrah possessed something different. By the age of 5, she was already winning local art competitions. She could draw and sculpt with a maturity that seemed to belong to someone much older. It was as if some inner door had already opened for her. When she reached W.B. Ray High School in Corpus Christi, she had become two things at once. She was the girl with genuine artistic talent and ability. She was also the girl whose presence turned heads the moment she walked into a room. All 4 years, her classmates voted her the most beautiful. Not once. Not twice. Every single year. Teachers noticed her focus and discipline too. They recognized someone who had clarity about who she was. In 1965, she earned a beauty scholarship to the University of Texas at Austin. The plan on paper was microbiology. She moved into Mayfair House on Pearl Street, pledged Delta Delta Delta, and tried to settle into campus life like every other freshman. But life rarely follows the script we write for ourselves. Her photograph began attracting attention. Someone selected her as one of the 10 most beautiful co-eds on campus. A Hollywood publicist saw her image. Something shifted. At 18 years old, she made a choice that shocked everyone back home. In 1967, she left school and moved to Los Angeles. She wasn't fleeing a difficult family situation or escaping anything dark. She was simply following an inner calling that felt stronger than fear. Los Angeles didn't roll out a welcome mat. It tested her first. Casting directors said no repeatedly. Work was scarce, so she accepted whatever came. She modeled hair products. She appeared in print advertisements. She lived carefully, conserving money, waiting for the real moment to arrive. Then in 1969, she made a decision that split public opinion wide open. She appeared in a nude spread for Esquire magazine. The reaction was immediate and divided. Some people called it courageous. Others declared it career suicide. The backlash was fierce enough that she wondered if she just ended everything before it had begun. But the publicity opened doors that had previously been locked. Around this same period, her hair began its transformation into something iconic. In the early 1970s, she developed a feathered style that felt organic to her, reminiscent of the beach waves she'd loved back in Texas. Casting professionals initially dismissed it. They thought she looked too classically American, too clean, too straightforward to market effectively. The world disagreed completely. That hairstyle became a movement. Magazines flew off shelves. Posters sold in the millions. Her hair evolved from what industry gatekeepers saw as a liability into the defining visual of an entire decade. Underneath all that external shine, though, she carried a quieter, more reserved core. Her parents wanted her to return home, to abandon the unpredictable Hollywood path. In 1968, she actually tried stepping away. She moved to Japan to pursue modeling work, hoping a fresh environment might provide new opportunities and closure. Instead, she found loneliness and cultural displacement. She learned how isolating fame could feel when you were thousands of miles from anyone who truly knew you. She returned to Los Angeles with a clearer sense of purpose. If she was going to pursue this life, she would do it entirely on her own terms. The momentum accelerated rapidly. Within 2 weeks of signing with a major agency, she'd already landed representation. By the end of 1968, she had appeared in over 100 television commercials. Max Factor, Noxzema, one after another. People started calling her the girl next door. But she maintained a line she absolutely refused to cross. Playboy magazine came knocking. Other significant offers arrived, each one promising substantial money. She declined every single one. Agents pushed hard because nude shoots were the fast track to immediate fame in that era. She remained firm in her refusal. It cost her certain roles in the short term, but it also established her as someone who wouldn't allow the industry to control her entire image or trajectory. Her first actual film came in 1969. A French comedy called Love is a Funny Thing, directed by Claude Lelouch and filmed partly in Old Tucson, Arizona. The movie premiered in France on December 3, 1969. Her role was extremely small, just a college student with no dialogue, but it gave her a real education in how film sets operated and how directors worked. In 1970, she landed her first role with actual spoken lines in Myra Breckinridge, playing Marianne opposite Raquel Welch. The film was based on Gore Vidal's controversial novel and carried explicit content throughout. The set was chaotic. The material was provocative. Years later, she would describe it as the sleaziest project in Hollywood. She felt pressured into accepting the role by her boyfriend at the time, Lee Majors, and the experience left marks she didn't want carrying forward. The movie didn't connect with audiences, but it did increase her name recognition significantly. Fame can rise even when the work itself feels wrong. Between 1969 and 1970, she made guest appearances on shows like The Flying Nun and Mayberry RFD. The roles were minor, and audiences responded to her. But something troubling was happening behind the scenes. Scripts kept getting rewritten in ways that emphasized her appearance over her actual acting ability. She felt constrained. She felt diminished. That growing frustration sparked a hunger in her to find roles with real substance, parts where she could demonstrate her actual talent. Her personal life was moving just as intensely. She met Lee Majors in 1968 on an Italian film set. Their connection ignited immediately and turned into headline-generating news. It increased her public profile, but it also brought complicated pressures. Majors reportedly wanted her to stop modeling and focus exclusively on him and their relationship. Friends observed patterns of control disguised as romance. Farrah didn't comply. She continued working. That created tension that would compound over time. Then 1976 arrived like a thunderclap that changed everything. She posed for a red swimsuit photograph shot by Bruce McBroom. It absolutely exploded. 12 million copies sold, making it the best-selling poster in United States history. In the first year alone, 6 million copies moved off shelves. That single image transformed her into a cultural phenomenon overnight. But while the world celebrated, she felt conflicted. She deeply resented being reduced to an object. She fought to introduce more artistic elements into subsequent shoots, sometimes including her own sculptures in the photos, attempting to redirect attention toward her intellectual side rather than only her physical appearance. That same year, she landed the role of Jill Monroe on a television series called Charlie's Angels. The show premiered on September 22, 1976 on ABC. By the end of the first season, it captured approximately 59% of all television viewers. That meant nearly the entire nation was watching. She became a global celebrity almost instantly. People joked that her hair was the real star of the show. The work was relentless. Production days stretched to 18 hours. Paparazzi were constantly present. And despite carrying the entire show's most significant weight, she was being paid only $5,000 per episode. It was far less than she deserved. The pressure built and built until something broke. She wanted scripts with more substance. She wanted Jill Monroe to be portrayed as intelligent and multidimensional. The producers wanted her image. They didn't want her voice. Meanwhile, her husband Lee Majors grew increasingly jealous of her ascending fame. Their fights accumulated another layer of strain. At the end of the first season, she had already made her decision. She wanted out. In 1977, after just 8 episodes, she walked away. Hollywood couldn't believe it. She was abandoning a contract that could have earned her approximately $7 million over its full run. Producers tried to keep her by raising her per-episode pay to $10,000. She still said no. She had calculated something the industry hadn't expected. Her poster alone had generated about $400,000 in royalties that single year. That exceeded her entire annual salary from the show. She demanded 10% of all merchandising profits instead of the 2% she was currently receiving. They refused. What happened next was uglier. They filed a $13 million lawsuit against her. They pushed for her to be blacklisted from the industry. The battle became loud and public. It dragged through courts and media. Eventually, they settled. She returned for 6 guest appearances as a compromise, but the damage to her reputation within the industry was real and lasting. The business didn't forgive stars who challenged the power structure. Farrah paid for that courage with years of cold shoulders. But her stand accomplished something important. It revealed how even the biggest stars could be exploited and how essential it was for actors to fight for their own rights to their images. By 1977, her face covered everything. Lunchboxes, board games, action figures. Millions of dollars flowed around her brand. She was everywhere, but her film career was about to stumble. She appeared in Logan's Run right in the middle of her rise on Charlie's Angels, stepping into the role of Jessica. What audiences expected was the sparkle and charisma they saw on television. What they saw instead felt wooden. The film itself was technically impressive, with elaborate sets and science fiction production design. It opened on June 23, 1976, with major stars like Michael York and Jenny Agutter carrying significant weight. The movie earned $25 million at the box office. But critics kept returning to one complaint. She was the weak link. She'd been rushed into the role with minimal preparation time, and it showed clearly on screen. For the first time since fame had hit her so suddenly, she had genuinely stumbled in public. Later that year came a film called Somebody Killed Her Husband. It was marketed as a mystery. It became a punchline. The film earned only $11 million on a $4 million budget, losing $9 million. Critics mocked it so severely that someone joked the actual title should have been Somebody Killed Her Career. She appeared alongside her real-life husband Lee Majors, and their on-screen chemistry sparked gossip about their private life. Their marriage was already cracking under pressure. Her rapidly ascending fame wasn't helping. By 1979, they were separated. By 1982, the divorce was final. The film's failure, combined with the deteriorating relationship, showed how quickly fame could destabilize everything when circumstances shifted. In 1979, she attempted something bold with a film called Sunburn. She played a con artist in Acapulco and even performed her own dangerous water sequences. The film failed to gain traction. It earned only $6.7 million. The nude scenes attracted more criticism than curiosity. She later said she deeply regretted filming them. Critics piled on, giving her a Razzie nomination for Worst Actress. It hurt because she had genuinely tried to break free from the angel image. Yet every choice seemed to push her deeper into roles that didn't suit who she was. In 1980, she appeared in Saturn III alongside Kirk Douglas and Harvey Keitel. The troubles began before the film was even finished. The set became tense and uncomfortable. She was pressured into explicit scenes that made her feel unsafe. One particularly graphic scene with Keitel was cut after test audiences reacted negatively. Even knowing it would be removed, the process of filming it affected her deeply. The movie earned only $6.5 million and earned multiple Razzie nominations, including one for her performance. It felt like hitting bottom. Then in 1981, Cannonball Run arrived and unexpectedly became a massive commercial success, earning $100 million at the box office. But success came wrapped in genuine tragedy. During filming in June 1980, her stunt double, Heidi Von Beltz, was in a car crash caused by faulty steering and missing seatbelts. She became quadriplegic. Farrah was deeply shaken by the incident. It haunted her for years and pushed her away from physically demanding roles. Even in a financial victory, she felt the real human cost of Hollywood's rush and carelessness. By the early 1980s, typecasting had her trapped. She declined roles, even an opportunity to play a Bond girl, searching for something with actual substance. Agents whispered that her star was fading. By 1981, she was auditioning for soap operas just to stay employed. Bad financial decisions drained her bank accounts. She concealed her struggles behind a practiced smile, but she understood she was approaching something like the bottom of her career. Everything shifted again in 1984. She took the role of Francine Hughes in a television movie called The Burning Bed. Francine Hughes was a real woman who set her abusive husband on fire. The filming process was intense and demanding. She spent 2 weeks in preparation. At one point, she had herself locked in a closet for half an hour to genuinely experience the fear her character endured. She endured long courtroom scenes in physically uncomfortable positions to mirror her character's suffering. The climactic scream was filmed in a single take and left the entire crew silent. When the film aired on October 8, 1984, people suddenly understood she wasn't just the woman in a swimsuit poster. She earned an Emmy nomination. It felt like a genuine crossing into dramatic acting. Later that same year, she appeared in The Guardian, playing a defense attorney prosecuting child abuse cases. Her performance had a raw intensity, but NBC edited away some of her strongest scenes due to broadcast restrictions. It frustrated her. Only 6 episodes aired, yet audiences could feel the depths she brought even through the cuts. A year earlier, she had tackled the aggressive Broadway play Extremities in 1983. She played a woman who turns the tables on her attacker. The staged fights were choreographed to feel genuinely physical. She walked off stage every single night with actual bruises. Security personnel stood near the stage because audience members sometimes moved as if to intervene. She needed therapy after performances to process the emotional weight. But the role accomplished something massive. Critics recognized her genuine bravery. People understood her seriousness. It permanently broke the image that had defined her early career. In 1986, she returned to that same story for the film adaptation of Extremities. James Russo played her attacker, and they filmed scenes where the physical contact was real. When the original director was fired, she improvised the majority of her dialogue. Approximately 70% of what she said on camera came from her instincts rather than the script. The movie earned $10 million and earned her a Golden Globe nomination. It sparked serious debates about how violence against women was portrayed, but it definitively proved she could carry dark, heavy material with genuine force. In 1989, she tackled Small Sacrifices. She played Diane Downs, a mother who shot her own children in 1983. She studied actual trial transcripts and news footage and created a performance so disturbing it earned her another Emmy nomination. People debated the ethics of portraying real criminals, but nobody questioned her ability. She had traveled so far from those early days when critics called her wooden. In 1991, she joined Ryan O'Neal in a series called Good Sports, but the production fell apart behind the scenes. O'Neal's alcoholism created constant rewrites and delays. Only 17 episodes aired. Farrah frequently held scenes together by improvising when he couldn't perform. The series died after 1 season, but everyone around her recognized her professionalism. She kept pushing even when everything else was unstable. Then in 1992 came Ruby Cairo. She played a widow pursuing her deceased husband's hidden fortune across multiple continents. The film had a $15 million budget but earned only $7.7 million, losing $9 million. Critics blamed the narrative and her accent work. The failure cut deeply. She stepped back from acting entirely and devoted herself completely to sculpture, something she had quietly loved for many years. In 1997, she surprised the entire art world with a solo exhibition featuring 19 bronze sculptures of male nudes. Some pieces were priced at $300,000 and carried markings like Farrah 7 of 9 cast into the metal. Critics divided sharply. Some compared her detail work to Rodin. Others dismissed it as celebrity dabbling. Collectors purchased the works regardless. She moved forward like someone determined to be taken seriously in an entirely different field. That same year, 1997, she appeared in The Apostle opposite Robert Duvall, filming in rural Louisiana. He preferred to improvise scenes in the moment. She preferred thorough preparation. It created tension. Reshoots extended far longer than scheduled. She even experienced financial strain from her own investment in the project. Despite the difficulties, the film earned critical praise for its authenticity. It demonstrated her willingness to take real risks for roles that genuinely mattered. In 1998, she made a brief appearance on Ally McBeal as Robin Jones. Her scenes were sharp and funny, and fans appreciated her playful references to her angel's past. She chose not to remain for a full season. Instead, she pursued deeper roles, including appearances in Hollywood Wives in 2003. Around 2004, she appeared in The Cookout as a wealthy socialite crashing a family barbecue. The film had a $16 million budget but earned only $12 million. Critics gave it a 5% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. The industry was simply not interested in casting older actresses in serious roles. Farrah felt that weight pressing against her. She kept moving forward anyway. In 2005, she allowed cameras to follow her for a documentary called Chasing Farrah. It showed her art studio. It revealed her loneliness following her breakup with Ryan O'Neal. It captured quiet moments that fame never exposes. Ratings were modest, but her honesty drew real attention. She had stopped hiding behind a perfect image. She was letting people see the actual person. Now let's talk about her personal life, because it was just as complicated and human as everything else. She married Lee Majors on July 28, 1973. The wedding took place at the Hotel Bel Air, and it felt like a dream unfolding. She loved Indian culture, so the wedding glowed with bright colors, music, and rituals that made the space feel almost unreal. The room filled with celebrities. Cameras flashed continuously. Everyone called them Hollywood royalty. Their love story had started in 1968 and seemed to keep growing stronger. For a while, it genuinely felt steady and almost perfect. But by 1979, the cracks became too large to ignore. Lee's fame as the star of The $6 Million Man crashed against her rise on Charlie's Angels. His jealousy grew louder. He demanded dinners happen on his schedule. He locked her out of their own home more than once. Their careers kept them physically apart. Their fights pushed them further and further from each other. In 1982, the marriage ended completely. Fans couldn't accept it because they had once represented the couple that would last forever. After the divorce, she entered a new and complicated chapter when she fell for Ryan O'Neal in 1979. Their romance burned intensely and then dimmed, then reignited again. This cycle repeated for almost 30 years. They loved each other profoundly, but they also argued frequently, and their relationship experienced multiple seismic shifts. In 1985, their son Redmond was born, and he pulled them together momentarily. Yet Ryan's reputation for infidelity never truly disappeared. The truth hit Farrah in the most devastating way possible. On Valentine's Day in 1997, she decided to surprise Ryan at his Malibu home. She walked in and discovered him with a young actress named Leslie Stevenson. Ryan panicked so completely he tried to pull on his pants and managed to get both legs into a single pant leg while Leslie hid under the covers. Farrah stood calmly for a moment, asked Leslie her name, and then left the room. Later, she said she felt devastated but unsurprised. Their relationship never fully recovered after that moment. That same year, 1997, Farrah decided she would not stay quiet when she discovered she had been significantly underpaid for her Emmy-nominated performance in Small Sacrifices. She sued her own production company and proved in court that they owed her additional money. She won $1.5 million. Hollywood didn't know how to process that because stars rarely sued their own employers over payment issues. People pulled away from her, some quietly and some openly. but she gained widespread respect for standing up for her own worth. It demonstrated that she would always choose fairness over comfort. Her strength was tested again when a producer and director physically assaulted her during an argument in 1997. Reports indicate he slammed her head into the ground. She was injured. He was arrested and convicted. Farrah testified in court and exposed how easily powerful men could abuse their positions to harm women. The case drew national attention and pushed important conversations forward about how the entertainment industry treated women. There was also someone called Greg Lott, a quiet presence in her life who stayed hidden from public view for decades. She had first met him at the University of Texas. Their bond stretched across more than 30 years, mostly conducted in private. They reconnected in 1998, and he became her emotional anchor during her struggles with Ryan. Only after her death did people learn how significant their connection truly was. Her will left him $100,000, confirming everything he had always claimed. It surprised fans who had only ever seen her through a glamorous lens. During the 1980s and 90s, rumors circulated about drug addiction affecting her. People whispered mostly because of Ryan's own history with substance abuse. She secretly entered a rehabilitation facility in 1982 and dealt with her struggles privately. For years, she kept it completely hidden. Then in 1997, she spoke about it in a Playboy interview, attempting to remove stigma from addiction. Her honesty surprised many people and helped fans recognize her as human rather than a distant icon. In September of 2006, her life shifted fundamentally when doctors diagnosed her with stage 0 anal cancer. She was 59 years old. The tumor was approximately the size of a strawberry. She began chemoradiation therapy at UCLA and refused a colostomy because she wanted to preserve her quality of life. By February 2, 2007, which was her 60th birthday, doctors declared her cancer-free. She celebrated quietly but remained cautious. She didn't want the world to know yet. Then in May of 2007, the cancer returned abruptly and spread to her liver. It shocked everyone, including her medical team, because the recurrence happened with a speed nobody anticipated. After that diagnosis, she chose to transform her pain into something visible and shareable. She asked her friend Cher to record everything as she fought through treatment. At first, Cher hesitated. Farrah insisted on absolute honesty. The footage became a documentary called Farrah's Story, which premiered in 2009. Almost 9 million people watched it on NBC. The documentary showed her hospital visits. It showed her hair loss. It showed her sleepless nights. It revealed the reality that many patients hide behind closed doors. She wanted people to see the truth, not the polished version the world typically receives. Still searching for hope, Farrah traveled to Germany in 2007 for experimental treatments at the University Clinic in Frankfurt. Some reports suggested she received stem cell therapy that was banned in the United States. Nobody ever fully confirmed the details, but the treatments were painful and controversial. She faced language barriers, criticism from American doctors, and long days filled with uncertainty. Many patients admired her courage because she was willing to look beyond standard medical options. During her final months, her story included a complicated element. In her 2025 memoir, Cher revealed that Farrah wanted to spend her last days at Cher's Malibu home, close to the ocean. Cher said Ryan refused and told her that Farrah could stay at his place instead if she wanted sea views. It added a difficult layer to how her final chapter unfolded. Ryan and Cher stayed with her until the very end, but Cher's revelation made people wonder how much Farrah had to endure even in her final moments. Her will from 2007 left $4.5 million to Redmond and initially left Ryan out entirely. Later, he received $25,000 for art, but most of her estate went to her son and to her father. She also set aside $3.3 million for the Farah Faucet Foundation, which became her most significant legacy. The foundation transformed into a powerful force in cancer research, raising more than $10 million by 2025 and supporting over 100 studies around the world. She remained actively involved until she could no longer speak. Her push for affordable care and alternative research approaches changed how people understood celebrity philanthropy. Farrah died on June 25, 2009 at 9:28 in the morning at St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica. Ryan and Cher were beside her. Her funeral took place on June 30th at the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels. She was buried at Westwood Village Memorial Park, resting next to comedian Rodney Dangerfield. Friends from her Charlie's Angels days came to honor her memory. Fans mourned her not just for her beauty, but for her courage in allowing the world to witness her pain. By 2025, her legacy continued expanding. Her foundation held a Tecumseh Fiesta Gala attended by major entertainment figures like Martina McBride and raised record amounts of money. Her iconic feathered haircut made an unexpected comeback that same year. Salons reported a 40% increase in requests for the Farrah flip after Cher's memoir brought renewed attention to her style. Young celebrities copied the look on red carpets, and stylists updated it with softer layers and heat-protective sprays to fit contemporary preferences. Even the Charlie's Angels franchise leaned on her original blueprint. The 2019 reboot used her as the foundational model for independent, intelligent, and connected female leads. In 2025, Cher revealed that Farrah had dreamed of another reboot before she died. Fans revisited old interviews and behind-the-scenes footage, remembering how completely she shaped the entire spirit of that franchise. Meanwhile, Redmond faced his own struggles. Since 2008, he has dealt with repeated arrests connected to addiction issues. Farrah will placed his $4.5 million into a trust structure that provided interest payments only for medical expenses, hoping it would protect him. His troubles became part of her legacy too, a reminder that even deep love and financial security cannot guarantee peace. In November of 2025, photographs of Farrah and Ryan's shared grave site went viral across social media. They rest side by side at Westwood, and fans continue visiting regularly, leaving flowers and handwritten notes. Around the same time, Farrah's sculptures sold at auction for prices reaching up to $500,000, surprising people who never knew how talented she was as an artist. Cher's memoir, released on November 19, 2025, pushed her story into another wave of cultural attention. The book retold the moment when Ryan refused to honor Farrah's final wish to spend her last days by the ocean. People argued online. They shared video clips. They posted old photographs. They kept her name alive in new ways. Her life became a reminder of love and pain, fame and bravery, all tangled together in ways that don't fit neatly into any simple story.